Hello. So I have little one here with me, and I wanted to talk about something that I experienced this time having my third kid that I did not experience the first two times, and it was very interesting and terrible, but it's pretty much past now, so things are okay now. But I had the baby blues, which it I don't know. I feel like it's such a silly name, but yeah, that's what I had. And this is very different, I learned, from postpartum depression, which is good. I do not have postpartum depression as of yet, and fingers crossed I don't get that. But basically, I learned about this thing because this baby blues this time because I got it. And the last two times I did not have any noticeable type of baby blues, so I didn't really learn much about it. So basically, what I have learned is you have this drastic change in hormones, and somewhere around like day 2 or 3 after having your kid, you start to feel this onslaught of emotions and things that are not so great. And it should only last up to about 2 weeks postpartum. And if it goes longer than that, then you're supposed to talk to your doctor. And if you have certain feelings, obviously talk to your doctor. Talk to someone. Yeah, if it gets really severe. Postpartum depression, however, can apparently come on like weeks down the line, like much later, and it seems to be like the symptoms are a lot more severe. But anyway, what did I actually go through and how did I get through it? Because it really, really sucked, guys. These baby blues really sucked. Basically, it happened right around like day 3 or 4. I started really feeling it. When we got home, from the hospital, my parents were still watching Ada and Lily, my other two kids, and they ended up staying there. Let's see, we came home on, what day did we come up? Tuesday, and the girls stayed at my parents' house until Friday. And I was already feeling kind of like I missed them, and I wanted them to be home with me that first night, but at the same time, like after coming home with the baby, but I was like, at the same time, it's really nice to have, a night with just this baby, just the new baby, and figuring out, what the sleeping situation is going to be like, and taking like a little bit of a break. Because we were only in the hospital for one day. So, but I'm already starting to feel like I miss them. And then after another day or so, and me talking to my parents, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, let us watch the girls. Give you a couple more nights to get used to everything, and then we'll bring them over for you." And I started to feel like I started getting really emotional about just everything. And the girls not being here, I think, made it almost worse. But at the same time, it might have been even harder if they were here because I would have had a lot more work to do, like taking care of everybody. But I started thinking things like uncontrollably, like these thoughts would just hit me and I couldn't stop them. I was thinking about time and how they're growing up so fast, how Ada is almost 3 and her birthday's coming up in like a few days. And oh my God, did I get enough pictures of them and videos? Is my memory good enough? Can I recall all of the fun, awesome things that we've done? And I've already forgotten so much. And I remember when Ada was just this tiny little baby, like she changed my life, and that I can never go back to those times. I can never turn time backwards, right? Like once each day, once each moment is gone, it's gone forever. And I was thinking all of these thoughts and they were really hitting me hard. And I couldn't stop. And I would just start crying at the drop of a hat, like at all of these things. I didn't want to be alone. I asked Nick to stay home with me, like one of the days that he was going to go work. I ended up going to my parents like a day earlier. The girls still stayed there another night, but I went to my parents just to have people around, just to have something to do. I could not sit in the apartment alone, or not alone, but like just me and the baby. I would start to feel super lonely, really sad, anxious again about time passing and not being with my kids and not spending every moment and really enjoying every moment. I felt terrible that the last several months I had been so focused on, I mean, like being miserable. And no, I know that I wasn't all the time like focused on that. I still played with my kids as much as I could and everything, but I just kept wishing that I could have played more, that we could have done more. We could have gone outside more. We could have gone to grandma and grandpa's more. We could have done this and this and this and that more. We could have painted more. Like, I just kept wishing that I had done more with them. And I started crying because I was like, oh my gosh, yesterday was the last day where it was just those two. It was me and those two, like, and I didn't get a picture of it, like everything was just bugging me. I felt incredibly restless. Like I just wanted to go somewhere, anywhere. We ended up doing that actually one day. We got in the car and like, I asked Nick, I was like, can you want to just like take a walk with me? Let's just go outside, get some sun. I feel like I'll feel better if I can get some sun. And we get the girls out, I'll feel better if we can get the girls out and do something fun. And he was like, how about we go for a drive? And I was like, okay, fine, whatever gets us out. And we ended up going on like a 5-hour drive or something. We drove like 2.5 hours out, ended up going to some restaurant that he had been to like many times when he used to live like down in that area, and then drove back. We left in the early afternoon, didn't get back till it was dark. Like it was, we, yeah, and honestly, it felt great. It made me feel better in that moment. And then, but at night, it always seemed like it got worse at night. As soon as the sun started going down, I would get the feelings again. I would get weepy. I would just want to get out and do something. I didn't want the day to be over. Again, time passing too quickly. Yeah, and I had a bit of trouble sleeping as well. Like obviously I was tired, but I didn't want to sleep or I couldn't sleep. I ended up watching a lot of Great British Bake Off because I would just put that on and stay up until really late. And I would still get sleep. I would still eventually fall asleep, but I had to just like, I couldn't lay down, turn off the TV, and like choose to go to sleep. I had to just fall asleep because laying there in the quiet was like too much. My brain would just start going crazy again. But I guess like like as far as the symptoms and stuff go, I don't know really how to describe it. It was just a lot of random sadness and anxiety and yeah, like just sad thoughts. And that lasted for like maybe like a week, I think. because we're about a week and a half out now, and I feel much better. It seems like the cause of that, like hormones and everything, seem to have calmed down. Something else that helped me calm down was learning more about it, reading about how it should only last 2 weeks. And I was like, all right, I can last 2 weeks. I can do it. Something else that helped was making sure that I got out as much as I could. If Nick couldn't go with me somewhere, I would just go to my parents. As long as I was out somewhere doing something, I could keep my mind, off of it. I would still cry randomly. I told my parents what was going on, and I would still cry and everything. And I just took like a crap ton of pictures and videos of the kids because like that helped somehow in my brain. But yeah, it was just such an interesting experience. I don't ever want to go through it again, but and I had never gone through it before. I don't know why number 3 suddenly caused it, but yeah, baby blues, man. It really sucked. Apparently, it happens to about 80% of women after they have a kid, which makes sense if it's a hormone thing that just causes all these emotions and stuff. But but yeah, like I said, I would just sit here and just start crying at everything. And yeah, it was awful. I was just so sad, just dreading every moment passing because it meant that that moment was gone forever. And I kept second guessing, which is silly because here she is. She's here. Like, and I'm happy about it. I am very happy. Like, I love my kids. But I kept thinking maybe I shouldn't have, or maybe I was supposed to be a 2-kid mom. But then I would immediately be like, but that's, like that's silly. Here, don't think that way. And nothing would ever make me not love her. That was something else. Like, I never felt like I didn't love my kids, even throughout the whole like week of sad feelings. It was almost more like I loved them all so much that the thought of them growing up and like me growing up and losing time with them, like not getting to spend every moment with them, was horrible to me. So I never had the not feeling like I could make a connection with my baby or my other kids or anything like that, which is good. That is one aspect of the baby blues and the postpartum depression that I don't understand, and I hope I never fully understand it. Because I don't know, I love my kids so much. But yeah, it was just a really interesting. I don't have any idea if I actually explained it very well, but apparently it's very common. If you're someone looking this up because you are worried about it or because you're experiencing it, just know that if it's just baby blues, it will pass. Just keep doing things that you think are fun. Take lots of pictures. If you can get out with your kid or kids, go somewhere, with people that really care about you and you care about. Like, do that. It was a lot of work, but I did end up going to like a little art fair with all 3 kids and my parents, and I forgot the wagon, so it was a freaking like just it was crazy. The girls were not cooperating, but it still felt better to be in this hectic situation and be out than be stuck inside and feeling whatever way I was feeling. But yeah, like I said, it has fortunately pretty much passed. I would say I still feel maybe just like a tiny little bit of something like that's like off a little bit in my head, emotions wise, but I feel much more myself. I felt much more myself yesterday, and today I feel much more myself. This is the first day that Nick is out all day, and I wouldn't have been able to deal with this very well a few days ago. But I am fine today. I am much better. So that's good. And it's a week and a half out. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that really quick. And I don't know, let anybody else know that, it will pass. You'll be fine. If it is more severe than anything that I may have described here, then talk to someone. Just do it. Just do it. Like, don't don't wallow in your misery and just until you can't handle it anymore. Like, do something about it. Which is why, for me, doing something about it was getting outside and taking a walk or going to my parents or something. And hopefully you have somebody who can help you. Like I had my parents, and Nick was very understanding. If you don't, I mean, talk to maybe your doctor, or somebody can help you find somebody that you can talk to. I mean, I think there are like hotlines and stuff, not hotlines, but there are people available to talk to for women in that situation. You just have to search them. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to talk about that really quick, that experience, so that I can even look back on this myself if I have this experience again someday, if I do. But yeah, it's past, so that's good. And I can get back to just having fun with my family. Anyway, thanks for watching if you did. I feel like this video was very, I hope it made sense. I don't know. I never write any of this stuff down or make a script or anything. I didn't even write any talking points or anything. I just started talking. But yeah, have a great one, and see ya in the next one. Bye.